Welcome to your Inspirational Astrology Horoscope for Thursday, March 27th, 2014. I am astrologer David Palmer, the Leo King, here to illuminate the collective consciousness. Tomorrow is my big webinar going deep into April 2014, the eclipses that are coming. The big cardinal cross. This is an April that is jam-packed full of so much information and lots of shifts in our own personal lives and globally. The registration link is down below. I am registering people until 9 a.m. Pacific tomorrow. The show is at 10 a.m. Pacific tomorrow. Do not miss this event and register down below. And today we are going to have the moon in Aquarius, which is going to be in a nice trine to Mars. So this is definitely some today, wanting to take action, looking at connection. Remember, we've got the sun in Aries about moving forward. We're really starting to look at the new life. This is a new year astrologically. This is new beginnings for all of us. This is now looking at our identification. But with all this Aquarius energy, there's all these ideas, there's all these epiphanies, there's all these things. And just when you think that there could be all these things that you're starting to envision, it gets even bigger. That's because the moon is going to slip into Pisces later tonight and really space us out. And if I look at this as an astrologer, this is definitely us having to connect now into a grand vision. And more importantly, a connection to the other side, that this is one of our last chances and opportunities from now until the new moon that's going to happen late this weekend, for us to clear some things and for us to be very clear in what Spirit is wanting us to do, to be very clear in what we must release, because there is an explosion of a new moon coming. One that's in the middle of a big T-square, the one that's going to have the sun on Uranus. And the sun is getting closer to Uranus. We're about 4 or 5 days from an exact conjunction. And this is electricity, our nervous system, big shocks on the planet, big shocks in our life, big things going to happen. And so, of course, the universe kind of gives us this little bit of today that leads us into our own little spaceship. Mercury as well is getting closer to Chiron. So this is us starting to understand the sensitivities that we're trying to heal in our life, the things that we got to let go of, the things we got to purge, the parts of ourself that, we might have felt we have a bad hand, that we need to maybe throw some cards back in and get some new cards. This is definitely going to start highlighting over the next couple days, and especially later tonight on. There's all these ideas. There's all these epiphanies. There's all these things we want to move forward with now. What do we need to let go of to get there? What do we need to channel with Spirit and really connect with? And what is the envisioning? Sure, there's ideas, but now this is the last time to paint the story, the imagination. It gets richer. It gets even more. And Mercury's been in a trine with Jupiter. This has been a time of opening up to all these big ideas and all these big concepts. And I think it's so important to really wrap up a lot of these ideas and then start to put together the own movie in your subconscious. This can also highlight the energies coming in tonight of what you must purge, what you must let go of, and this will get more intense tomorrow and into the weekend. But, this is going to start the whole dark moon in Pisces later tonight, which there's a lot of. Before we go run into it all, we've got a lot to let go of, a lot to prepare for. This is definitely going to be a weekend, and I don't want to spoil the whole weekend report, but a weekend of preparing for a huge new beginning here. That's going to be even more powerful than what we've started. I think that this last week of Aries that we've been in is all about starting to identify with what we want. But there's a huge there's a huge moment. One thing about Uranus is he's a tricky planet. He's a rebellion energy. He's a little bit unpredictable, and I should actually say a lot unpredictable. Just when you think, nothing's happening, boom, something will happen. And this is increasing day by day by day that things are coming. And with all this intellectual energy and all these big epiphanies and all these big understandings and all these new knowings of what we want, there's definitely some really unpredictable stuff coming up here on the horizon. So we need to prepare and release and come deep inside of ourselves and listen to the other side. One thing about the moon coming into Pisces late tonight, Mercury in Pisces, Chiron in Pisces, Neptune and all this, all this energy is listening to Spirit, that even though, yes, there's all these new ideas, we need to like test out our feelings and make sure it feels like that story is not just all up in smoke, that it actually could have some sort of reality to it. There is pressure in the universe that is building. I mean, if you just look at the Jupiter, Uranus, and Pluto energy in this big square, it's all starting to square. So the pressure's on for us to go into some big, powerful roads. And it's going to take comfort levels being reborn and changed. It's going to take new rules and powerful achievements. And it's going to take, I was just about to say, big old balls. But you know what? It's going to take ovaries for the ladies. It's going to take, masculine energy for all of us. It's just going to take us identification and identifying with what we want and going for it. That's what this time is about. And with a South Node in Aries, it's going to be based off taking the action towards harmony. That there's a harmony in our life, that there's a beautiful energy that we can all move forward in. And we're going to need other people around to help us with this. We're going to need to find partnerships. We're going to need to get to the bottom of what kind of team that we want. And that's definitely something that's going to be highlighted here as we're coming into the eclipse season. But until then, it's time for us to get these big epiphanies today, get amped for them, and start to build the big picture and where this is all going to start to go. Check out my website, inclusiveastrology.com, if you have any questions or if you want to have a one-on-one reading. I can't wait to see you guys tomorrow for the big webinar, and I will see you tomorrow.